Welcome back everyone, Ryan Monetize here, and in today's video we are going to be going over the price of Bitcoin, the recent fall in the price, why that's happening, and some other news in the crypto space as well as the economy and the housing market. So basically what happened was there's concerns when it comes to inflation rising once again, and basically it was predicted that interest rates, there was like a 1% chance that they were going to raise interest rates by 50 basis points. And that has now gone up to like 36 to 40% of a probability. So at the next Fed meeting, it's looking likely that 50 basis points is what we will be seeing when it comes to rates being hiked. So breaking mortgage demand falls to its lowest level since 1995 as mortgage rates top 7%. The Housing Affordability Index now says that the average house is less affordable than it was in 2008. Pretty wild there. And this is that chart right there. It's mind-boggling how fast housing affordability deteriorated over the last 3 years. So you could see here the affordability threshold. It was kind of just lingering in that range prior to 2009, not so much. As we obviously saw a huge increase in prices that happened extremely quickly. So we are now even below those levels now, which is pretty wild. Just in, odds of the 50 basis points rate hike in March hits a fresh high of 36%. Like I had just mentioned, prior to this morning PCE inflation report, it was at 24%. So 3 weeks ago, the odds of a 50 basis points rate hike were just 1%. 26 days until the next Fed meeting, so that will be extremely crucial. More people were laid off in the last few months than the entire 2020 pandemic. The Fed isn't done yet and things might get worse. Here's what the layoff situation really looks like and how you can stay safe. So in red, employees laid off, and blue, companies with layoffs there. Crypto exchange Coinbase launches Base, claiming it'll provide a developer-friendly environment for building decentralized apps. Average 401k balance is $103,000. New car prices are a disaster. 1 in 4 new cars sold in December had an MSRP over $60K. 5 years ago, that number was 1 in 13. Pretty crazy. U.S. housing market declined by $2.3 trillion in 2022, and that is the largest drop since 2008. So let's go ahead and take a look over here at the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently sitting at $23,244. Let's go ahead and zoom out to the 7-day chart here on Bitcoin. So what I'm anticipating is, this trend right here, this 8 count, which we'll probably get a 9 next week, is looking quite exhausted in my opinion. And I think that it is probable that we see Bitcoin in the $20,000 to $21,000 range where we could have a really great buying opportunity. So that's the weekly chart. Let's take a look here at the daily. So daily is technically still in a bullish posture. We need Bitcoin to hold the low of this candle right here, which is $21,379. So obviously a lot of leeway there. So Bitcoin needs to hold that to remain in a bullish trend. Anticipating for Bitcoin to probably bottom out here in this range, maybe 22,000. But if it breaks below this moving average, I would anticipate then it to continue falling down to 21.4 approximately. And then if it breaks that, next level down, probably to see this moving average here at just below $20,000. So let's see. Not a bad time to really be focusing on finding more ways to build your cash stash so that you can buy Bitcoin if it continues to fall, or just to continue dollar cost averaging. This is a 12-hour chart. I do not like this chart at all. It's not really giving us a ton of clarity, but in my opinion, it's slightly leaning bearish. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the 4-hour. 4-hour not looking good, continuing to trend downwards in a bearish posture as well. Same thing here with the 1-hour chart. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the 30-minute chart on Bitcoin. I can anticipate maybe it bumping up here to 23.5, making a higher low. We have a lot of time to see if the 30-minute changes to a bullish posture. Let's take a look here at the 15-minute. 15-minute is looking okay. That is like the first time frame here that I'm seeing things looking a little bit better, but let's take a look here at the 5-minute chart looking decent as well. Ethereum sitting at 16.17. We have gold sitting at 18.12. We have BNB sitting at 303. Coinbase stock took a big hit today, down to 58.45. Even on that news when it comes to building the platform for projects to be built on. This right here is the Coinbase stock, not looking too good in my opinion. Don't really like how it looks there. It topped over here on February 3rd, a high of 87.63, all the way down now to 58.42. Litecoin sitting at 91.92. Let's see, we have Link sitting at $7.69. We have Wave sitting at $2.62. Let's see, XTZ sitting at $1.24. Let's see, Matic is down to $1.28. So that's what we are seeing there. And of course, when it came to traditional markets, we saw obviously still a ton of correlation. So this is SPY. This is a daily chart. Not looking all that great. As we see here, it has fallen below that DMA. So I am actually anticipating more room to the downside, which will probably bleed over to the cryptocurrency space. And I think that March is going to be buying opportunity, many buying opportunities across all spaces. That's what I'm anticipating. Let's take a look here at the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart not looking too good on SPY. This is a 4-hour also looking weak. So a lot of weakness across many time frames. Obviously, all markets were affected by this news that inflation is not looking good and that we are going to see probably 50 basis points hike at the next Fed meeting, which, like I mentioned, happens in 26 days. This is a 30-minute chart, which actually looks decent on SPY. So across the board, a lot of red. When it comes to traditional markets, Tesla 196 on the day. Let's take a look here on the daily chart on Tesla. Still technically in a bullish posture when it comes to Tesla, just a little bit of a pullback here. Obviously, it had this massive run from $100 to $220, which happened in a very short period of time. The low came in over here January 6th, and we saw the high of that candle come in February 16th. So double your money in a month and a half. For anyone that caught that perfectly, which is nearly impossible, cheers to you. Marijuana stocks, red across the board. Like I said, all markets were just bleeding continuously today. Tilray down to $2.82. So marijuana space just getting absolutely crushed. Let's go ahead and head back over to crypto. Ethereum sitting at 1616. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here, maybe on the 4-hour chart here. When it comes to Ethereum, bearish posture. Let's take a look here at the 1 hour. 1 hour is looking similar to, I think, Bitcoin's 1 hour. Yeah, very similar there. So that is what we are seeing when it comes to the price. So let's go ahead and zoom out to Bitcoin's weekly chart. And let's see, the Bitcoin bottom came in over here at $15,485. Okay, so time frame, we are 14 weeks out. Gosh, time seriously is just flying. We are 14 weeks from when that bottom was made. So what I want to do is I want to head back over to Bitcoin's previous market cycle. And I'm going to go ahead and find that bottom, and I'm going to go 14 weeks out just to see what Bitcoin was doing. See if we see like any trends, any similarities, any comparisons that we can make to see if maybe the bottoms turned out to be similar. So the bottom came in right here at $3,591. And date range, let's see, 14 candles out put us here. So that's what 14 candles out look like. This right here. It was basically right before the crossover came in. But honestly, I mean, we're looking more, Bitcoin's looking more like in this range. So for example, let's say that we use this particular bottom, and I'm obviously just cherry picking at this point. So if we went 14 candles out, we are basically here on this big uptrend when it comes to Bitcoin. So, I mean, posture-wise or candle-wise, we're kind of looking like this current 8 when it comes to Bitcoin, that big strong move that happened off the bottom. Let's go look at it from a percentage perspective from the bottom. So percentage-wise, 14 weeks out, Bitcoin had basically jumped. We'll take this candle right here, 35%. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're doing now, where we're at now from that bottom of about 15.5. I think the change in price might actually be greater than 35%. And indeed it is, 60% increase in price. So a stronger move off the bottom when it came to 14 weeks out of where we are now compared to 14 weeks off from the previous market cycle bottom. But once again, it's never, a good idea to say like this time will be different. But just kind of gathering what we're seeing from the previous market cycle, if we could take any data to make a decision moving forward here. But I am still on the sidelines and I'm still being very patient. I just am waiting for more signals, alarming signals to be like, get back in, and I just haven't seen them yet. So that is all that I have for you today. If you want to get started with iTrust Capital, I have a link down below, $100 in free Bitcoin. Imagine buying Bitcoin now and being able to withdraw it when you're 59 and a half and paying no taxes on the gains. Pretty awesome. So that's all that I have for you today. Have an amazing weekend and go out there and create a portfolio that you love.